Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to make a spinach scrambled egg and a vegan French toast. So tie your shoes and let's go. So we're going to start with a nice hot nonstick pan. Here's a 1/4 cup of applewood smoked bacon. I like the thicker bacon. Going to render the bacon. Pan is nice and hot so it won't take long. We're doing a rendering. We're going to separate some of the fat from the meat. Now we're going to add a 1/4 cup of diced red onions. Get that up with all that nice bacon juice. Then we're going to add a 1/4 cup of chopped diced mushrooms. As we stir this, we're looking at the bacon to see if it's getting cooked enough to add more ingredients. Now we're going to add salt, a little bit of Lowry's salt and white pepper. Here we go with a 1/2 teaspoon of pureed shallots and pureed garlic, 1/2 teaspoon each. Now we'll deglaze it with about a 1/4 cup of homemade bone broth. Take it from the stove. And as that steeps up, we're going to add a cup of chopped spinach and 2 tablespoons of basil chiffonade. Going to cover that, reduce the heat. We're going to stir that around, or as chefs do, throw it up and catch it. Just like that. Now I'll pull this off the heat for a minute because we need to get our eggs prepped. So here's one. Now usually that works without any shells coming in, but this time it didn't. 2. 3. And the 4th and final. Give that a quick whisk. That's almost ready. I'll put this back on the heat. You want to whisk it to incorporate some air so they become nice and fluffy. Turn the heat down a little bit. And then reduce real nice. You like to saute it so almost all the liquid has evaporated, leaving all that wonderful flavor in the mixture. And it's almost ready. Give it a twirl. Looks good. Now we're going to add our egg. 4 whisked eggs. Want all that goodness out of there. Put the heat back up to a medium high. And we're stirring it constantly so it doesn't stick to the pan at all, even though it is a non-stick pan. The eggs are almost done. They're nice and moist. They're not overcooked yet. So what we're going to do it now is we're going to add about a 1/4 cup of Italian cheese mix. Let that melt right on top. If you like, you can add more cheese or less. I turn the stove off and let it sit now so it can nice melt and finish cooking the eggs. That's enough for probably 2 to 3 people, or one really hungry guy. So I'm slowly melting a 1.5 tablespoons of nut butter. So now we're going to make our French toast dipping. I'm going to use some almond creamer. I use the vanilla, about a cup. Then I saved some juice of a garbanzo bean can. It's called Aquafaba when you take the juice out of the garbanzo bean can. Gonna add that in. We're using that instead of eggs. Aquafaba's in there. Well, we're gonna do something different. Give it a stir, and then we're gonna taste, see how sweet it is. I think it's sweet enough. I'm not gonna add any extra agave. Now we're gonna add our cinnamon. I like using Vietnamese cinnamon. And there's our French toast dipping sauce. Now we're gonna take our toast. As I said, it's stuffed French toast. So we're going to take some cream cheese. Now this is a non-dairy nut cream cheese. Lightly coat. one side. Make sure we get all the corners, all the nooks and crannies. Now on the other side, we're going to add our sugar-free strawberry jam. You can also use apricot if you like. Try not to make a mess like I am. But that's half the fun in cooking. So start heating our pan up with our nut butter in it. Roll it around so we get it totally covered. And there we are. Beautiful. So we're going to dip the stuffed toast in the mixture. Hit it in the nut butter. And here we go. Move these out of our way. Let it get nice and brown. We'll flip it. Maybe you need to flip it more than once. It may take a little longer to brown it because the nut butter doesn't have all that dairy product. It will brown quickly. There we go. Boy, these are going to weigh a ton. I can feel them already. Okay, remember, I'm here to help you eat healthy as I do. Here we have the spinach scrambled eggs. And a stuffed French toast. Good, good, good. Thanks for joining me for another episode. I'm Chef Larry Marcus, Culinary Chemist. We'll see you next time.